"Dear, dear Tom," said George, falling over Julian's feet again, as she scrambled once more to the window. "We are nearly there. Look, the signal screen! Hooray!" Her three cousins looked at her in amusement. George was always like this on the way home from school. Her thoughts were full of very little else but her beloved Timmy all the way home. Julian thought how much she looked like a restless boy just then, with her short curly hair and her determined expression. George had always longed to be a boy, but as she wasn't, she made up for it by trying to speak and act like one and would never answer to her full name of Georgina. "We're coming to Kiddon Station," yelled George, almost falling out of the window. "I can see Peter, the guard. Hey, we are back again! We are back again!" The train slid into Kiddon Station, and Peter waved and cried. He had known George since he was a baby. George opened the door and leapt out the carriage. "Home again! Back at Kerin! Oh, I hope Timmy will be at the station," she said. He said. But there was no Timmy there. "He must have forgotten you were coming," said Dick with a grin, and at once got a scold from George. Peter came up smiling all over his face and gave him his usual welcome. Everyone in Kirin village knew the five, which of course included Timmy the dog. Peter helped the children with their language. Today I would like to tell about how the real nature of a person. A person when is in a good company or when is given the required situation, the required circumstances and the required environment, then a person would be able to do what he or she wants, whatever the person wants. When a person is able to do what the person feels, what the person wants to say, the person is able to say, and what the person wants to do and is able to do, and is also being able to learn what from the consequence of the events he does in a very productive way, then the person is very happy. A person who speaks, acts, and thinks away all in an integrated manner, that person is said to be happier. If a society, if a certain community, or if a certain environment is able to foster that kind of situation, then that is what brings happiness in a society. Such kind of person, such kind of person, if they form a group, that kind of group would actually be very productive, and at the same time the quality of life would be very good, which would be very sustainable and very all round development. Means there is likely to be less harm to the other organisms as well, and the development or any kind of step would be very, 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 very. Now you feel this. Finally, the last one. That is sometimes. There is sometimes, and that sometimes you have some. For some time you have some time, and sometime and sometime, 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 sometime and sometime. Sometime you do sometime, sometime you think sometime you acted sometime, and sometime you would act sometime. When you sometimes, you sometimes. When you sometimes a lot, you sometimes a lot. If you do this sometimes, you would always be sometime. To transform, you need to go from sometime to every time. When you go every time, you would do everything every time. And you would then occasionally do sometimes, not the last thing. That is, when you want to do something which you like, then you would do it any way you like. I have, and this is a continuation of yesterday's thought. So what is the add-on? The add-on is you never get tired. You never, mm, you never actually mm, get bored. Even you never get the time to attend to your appearance. And then when that happens, you know what you are doing is what you want to do. Yeah, obviously, when you do what you want to do, opinions matter less. And yeah, whatever happens to be will always be on the steady. Thank you. One thing I would like to mention is about that. What was that? uh, One thing I would like to mention is about the recent India's Got Latent controversy, which is about uh, what kind of jokes are acceptable. I think I got a very interesting video about this. I would like to enhance on that point. The joke was not a joke. It was means it was not it was not funny to me actually. But I think if that kind of a show, uh, the person who are there to attend the show, if they have consented and they they are well, they accept that, then there is no problem because that is in a very stipulated environment. But I think what the problem uh, was the leak, was the clip of that video, which is circulated to people who do not accept or have not consented to see the video. This is which I am telling is actually a copied of a YouTube video which I saw today. Uh, Maybe Sid Warrior was the name of the channel. I don't know, but that's all. I speak in a very different tone, which is very much like I'm trying to cringe. Yes, I said it in a cringe manner. It's like, ow. Whatever that is, I'm just trying to speak a bit more fluent and speak more clearly. So this kind of patterns are occurring, which may look like I am what kind of cringe, but that is what I am trying to learn now, is to speak fluent. I would get, as I get more acquainted to it, this kind of cringes would not happen.